Yep. Okay. Steve, a tough result at the end, but I think you can. I don't think you can really hang your hat too much on this game. It took a perfect point shot to get through in the final 2 minutes there. Otherwise, your team played a pretty darn good defensive game from start to finish. Is that your main takeaway as well?
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not. Obviously, we don't like the result, but certainly, I thought there was a lot of good hockey. A lot of good hockey. Both teams, they came out from the night before and were playing a smart game and grinded out. Our guys were doing the same. I thought our third period was a strong period. Like, getting pucks in and just sticking to it and put ourselves in position to win. So more often than not, that you play like that, you're going to get points. And there was a lot of things to take away that is positive in that game. And everybody was ready to start the game. Everybody played throughout the game. I think there was a little, I would say maybe in the second period, a little bit of hiccup where we started getting a little bit loose on pucks, but guys tightened right back up, digging in, stopping on pucks, and into the third period, and it was a pretty strong third period, and you're 2 minutes away from getting a win.
Looks like Juraj Pekarczyk with each passing game. There just seems to be more and more confidence with him. He's now scored back-to-back games in a similar spot, right at the edge of the blue paint there, finding himself to that hard ice. How have you enjoyed watching his development over this young season?
Good, good. I mean, he comes in here and he's done everything on talent in the lower levels with one-on-one ability and strong on the puck, and that's carried him. But learning the pro game and how you have to play with and without the puck, the last couple games, I think he's had big strides in that. The puck management's been there, making the right play. His forecheck tenacity and his strength to get pucks back, and you see it on that last goal. He gets a goal, but he gets on the forecheck there in the neutral zone that helps create the turnover too. So, no, he's a coachable kid. He's getting into the paint more. You want to score goals, you got to get into the paint. You got to get inside, and he's a competitive kid, and he's doing some good things for us. So good for him.
4-on-3 power plays obviously are not as commonplace in the game as a 5-on-4. What can you learn from the 4-on-3 group tonight, and when this situation presents itself again, what can you guys do as an adjustment to try to lock the game down in that situation there?
Yeah, I think that pucks were bouncing. We couldn't settle it down. The power plays had some big goals for us throughout the year. Both special teams have been good, so I don't want to overly analyze it to death. They'll score their goals on it. I think especially late when the ice is bad. Let's just try to get some pucks there. The ice is real bad, and also 4-on-3 you can expect a little bit more pressure than 5-on-3. You're only down one guy, so teams compression. I thought they did that as well. Pressured us a little bit more than maybe what some teams would.
When you look at it more from a macro level, this is a 5-game segment where your team got 8 of a possible 10 points. How do you try to keep that philosophical mindset of, if we play 5-game segments similar to this one, the standings and everything else are going to work themselves out?
Yeah, there's a lot of hockey. There's a lot of hockey left. I mean, again, our last stretch of hockey, there's been some darn good hockey in there. I mean, and that's what you got to keep doing. I think what we're learning, even yesterday, the last 2 periods here in these 3 periods, really, really consistent hockey, and some previous games before that where we're playing, you just teaching these guys that you can't take a shift off, you can't take 10 minutes off, you can't miss a period, and that's how hard it is to win in pro hockey, and our guys are learning that. I thought that was a good test. I thought both teams played tonight a kind of a playoff type. You had to fight for every inch, and there was nothing free, and kind of whatever team was going to start cheating or cutting corners or getting away from the game plan was probably going to lose that game in regulation, and it ended up being a tie, which so we lose it in the overtime, which is frustrating. But again, you get into playoffs, you'd be playing more 5-on-5. But so the 5-on-5 play, I thought it was a playoff type game for both teams. I'm really happy with our guys' mental toughness and discipline to stay with the game and with and without the puck. So we're keep building. We'll come back to work. We got a young team, and they're going to improve lots. I mean, you talked about Pecky, Stansel's back in the lineup. We got a young team. Lindstein, I thought, had a strong game today. So those guys are going to keep improving and learning the pro game. So we'll just keep chugging away. And our vets are really, the last 10 games are really digging in and leading the way. And, there's a lot of positive signs.
Thanks, Steve.